Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a Magic Review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for joining me once again. You are spending some time out of your day with me. That's awesome. Thanks. This is good. This is a bonding time, and we're having quality time together. That's good. Just the fact that you would just take any time out of your day to sit for a couple of minutes and watch some old guy talk about a magic trick that he bought, that's pretty cool. So thank you guys. Today we're looking at a new one from Illusionist. Now Illusionist has put out a couple of emails about this, and you've seen some trailers, and it sounds like a pretty cool utility, right? This is the Parsons Switchbox. Parsons Switchbox from Davey Rockit. You can find this at illusionist.com for $30. Pretty cheap, actually, pretty cheap. With this, what do you get? You get a download, right? You get the download teaching. Teaching is like 39 minutes long. And of course you get the gimmick. The gimmick is just the tuck box itself. It's gonna come flat. So you're just gonna realign it, fold, make your little folds, and then tape, and you're gonna put it together. But it's super easy. You know me, you watch my channel, you know I hate arts and crafts, but this is barely arts and crafts. This is like a step. It's like one step. It's like a step and a half, okay? So you're good. As far as it being well made, United States Playing Card Company, it's going to look exactly like an actual tuck from USPCC. Now, I can't actually say that it is made from bicycle, okay? I can't actually say that. It looks like it's made from bicycle. Let's put it that way. But I don't know. It's made good enough. It's made good enough. It'll fool anyone who has seen a bicycle deck before. Okay, but is it what I thought? No, I don't know that I was expecting this. I knew it was the switching device. I just didn't fully understand maybe how it was working. But I will tell you, because I don't give away secrets here. I don't, tip off anything. But it's like a Himber wallet. It's like a card box that does what a Himber wallet does. It's like if a Himber wallet got turned into a card box. So I would think those two analogies are very close. They're very similar. I mean, just the whole idea. I mean, think about a Himber wallet just for even a second. Okay, a card is selected. You stick it in the wallet to isolate it, and then you close it, and then you reopen a wallet and pull a card out. Well, where did this foreign object come from? Where did this wallet come from? Right? You just happen to have it, right? It's for isolating things. Of course it is. But can I just make the argument, like, you have a tuck case sitting right there. Why would you need to isolate a card in a wallet and then pull it back out? It just seems like a weird step, right? And as magicians, we all take that step. We all make that step. We've done it. I've done it. You've done it, right? But here you have a tuck box that's sitting right there. You could just say, hey, let's isolate it in the tuck box. It's such a natural movement. And it's not suspect, right? Spectators know about tuck boxes. They have one in their own house, right? So there's no heat on it. They're not even thinking about it. It's such a great idea. What's the overall quality and production value of the video? You got Davey Rockit. He's teaching in Nashville, Tennessee at the House of Cards. Filmed well, shot well. You know Illusionist makes good videos. As far as what they're going to teach you, there's a little bit of an intro, and he talks about how to build it. Then he'll walk through some tricks. The first one is knowing any card that's been selected from a spread. You can use this as a force, or you can use it as a reveal, however you'd like. One random card is pulled from the spread, isolated in the box. You could do it as a deck memorization effect. That's how I do it. I flip the deck over, I look at all the faces, and I say, I'm memorizing really quickly, and I think the one card that's missing is X, okay? He then does a second trick, which is a serial number reveal. So a borrowed bill is placed in the box, and then you use the cards to reveal the serial number. There's a studio performance an explanation, and a live performance of this. The third trick is a torn and switched routine. This is kind of a go back in time effect, which is really neat. The spectator selects a card, you stick it in the tuck case, but then pull it back out as a second thought. Rip it in half, put that inside the card, then have a second thought again, remove the card, and it's restored. The fourth section of this video is how to make a forced card, and it's really an arts and crafts section, and then he has some final thoughts. Pocket space, use this as your everyday tuck. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. It's part of my everyday rotation, and I'm using this as my tuck case that carries my cards. I'll talk a little bit about how that works a little later. Slights and difficulty level, it's not hard at all. It's very easy. It's just a little point of misdirection. There's nothing difficult here at all. So yeah, inspectability wise, the spectator can't inspect it. No, you can't inspect the tuck case. But again, I think the way you perform it, if you just barely even mention it, you barely even look at it. So I wouldn't think there's any heat on it, but no, they could not pick up your tuck case and examine it. Setup and reset, I think like I said at the top of this, there's a little bit of unfolding, a little bit of stickering, but then you're done, right? You'll never have to go back to it again. Positives, let's talk about positives. Like I said, it's a very natural way to isolate a card, right? It's a very natural prop. It's an unassuming prop. It's a prop that you take with you everywhere. I do 3 tricks right now as part of as a set. So I have a deck of cards, and with my deck, I have an opener, a middle, and a closer. I have three tricks, right? And what I've done is I've now added a 4th trick. So I now use the Parson switch box as my second effect. Okay, so because my first effect, I shuffle the cards and I have them pick a card and I go through a trick. And in the second effect, I say, here, you shuffle the cards. You know, they came out of the tuck case unshuffled by you, so you shuffle, and then they shuffle, and then I spread the cards, have them remove one, and then I go into the deck memorizing effect, and then I hit my other 2 cards. So just having this tuck box allowed me to add a whole other trick to my routine without having to learn a card trick, right? Because it's self-working. So beautiful there. Negatives. Let's talk about negatives for a second. I have been performing with this for a while. I've had this for several weeks. So I can speak to this. And I don't want to give anything away. Okay, so again, I don't want to give anything away. There is a moving part. There's a moving part to this tuck case. In a Himber wallet, there isn't exactly a moving part. There is a part that allows the wallet to change, okay, but it's unseen. And it's rare that part doesn't really mess up, right? That part doesn't mess up. The only part of a Himber wallet that could mess up is you. That you forget which side you're supposed to open. You're like, I forgot which side I was supposed to open. That doesn't happen with this. You're not going to forget which side. That's not going to happen. What happens with this is the moving part doesn't always move the way you want. I've done my change, gone back to the deck, done my thing, looked back at the deck. Thank goodness the spectator's not looking at the tuck case, because I look back at it, and as I look at it, I see that the gimmick didn't move the way it was supposed to. And there's some evidence that it's not a normal tuck case. But so far, the good news is spectators don't know how a tuck case is supposed to look, right? This is supposed to look like an unfolded tuck case, like an opened tuck case. The mouth, the tongue, it's all open. Sometimes I'll look back at it and I can see the moving part didn't move the way it was supposed to. Fortunately, I'm able to grab it and I can just pucker the sides and everything kind of moves in place. And I'm now trying to find a way to make sure that that happens all the time. And I think that as the box gets bent and used more, I think, you know how paper has a little bit of memory to it. You know, if you crumple paper, you can never get a wrinkle back out, right? So because paper has memory, I'm hoping that the more I do this, I'll start wearing the box in such a way that it'll start working for me every time. Again, it only happens a little bit. The spectator never notices because I'm never looking at the tuck case, you know, but I've noticed it a couple times that the gimmick doesn't land, it doesn't move as it should. The second thing is, as an everyday carry, this tuck doesn't look like a tuck when it's folded. So if I close the tabs and fold the lid over like you would, the top does not look like a bicycle tuck case. It's just blank, okay? So what I'm finding is I'm carrying it in my pocket already open, because the more I close it to act like a regular tuck, what I'm doing is I'm putting a fold in that, and I'm really trying not to be revelatory. If I fold the tuck case over, I'm putting extra folds in to the gimmick that I don't necessarily want. So I'm not carrying my tuck case that way. I'm carrying my tuck case open. So it's just open in my, which is fine. You know, you pull it out, it's already open. It just looks like you put it in your pants, you know, or in your pocket quickly. So I'm just not folding it, that's all. The cards aren't gonna fall out, right? They would only fall out if you had the tuck case end for end. So that's just my advice, okay? I'm carrying it in its open state, and I'm being aware of how I put the tuck case back down to make sure that the gimmick activates. So is it worth your money? 30 bucks. $30 is pretty cheap, especially for a gimmick and instructions from Illusionist, right? A lot of tricks, gimmicks like this, they're already in the 40 range now. With inflation, tricks are in the $40, $45 range. This is only 30 bucks. So it was a no-brainer for me to buy this, and I did. I bought this with my own money. Yeah, but don't just take my word for it. Don't just take my word for it. I'm not the only magic reviewer out there on the interwebs. There are other men and women, good voices, intelligent people out there sharing their thoughts as well. Make sure you listen to them before you spend your money. You want to spend your money well, all right? So I hope I've answered some questions for you. I hope maybe I've introduced you to a trick that you weren't even aware of. And if that's the case, do me a favor, hit like, hit subscribe, hit follow, push all the buttons. That really helps me out a lot. Okay, that really helps me. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to visit illusionist.com. That's where you want to go to find the tricks that you're looking for and shop around. They got a big, huge store, lots of stuff, custom decks, other tricks, coin tricks, card tricks, you name it. Illusionist has been around for a really long time, and they would love to be one of your resources when you go to purchase new magic. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.